good, Romies? Welcome back to another video. I am Romy. I'm a novelist and fiction writing teacher. I share writing tips and strategies and a dose of writing inspiration to inspire you to write. Don't forget to like and share this video and leave your comments in the comment section. And if you're new here, don't forget to smash the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you don't miss an update. So let's get right into it. So it's the last few days in October. So Preptober season is like almost over, and I know I'm behind schedule. So let me just, if you're thinking about why my settings changed, I guess I've just been in the mood to change scenery. I guess it's the nano-ish mood. I said to just tweak things a bit. Then I feel like I'm so close to the camera, or I'm too far. Like, oh sorry, I've been switching up my camera. Like, the angles just feel not right. Like at the moment. If you have been preparing for NaNoWriMo and you're confused on what to do, what to check off, what not to do, and what to do, then watch right to the end of this video so I'll tell you the exact steps you need to prep for NaNoWriMo. I will also give you guys a free workbook, which I talked about in my previous video. I added so much more to the workbook just because I'm behind schedule. This video was supposed to come up like 2 weeks ago, and I'm sorry. I'm using the workbook to make up for it. I'm going to be telling you how to use the workbook and different aspects of the workbook that will help you during your nano. So the first step is the groundwork, which is to choose what to write about. So I like to call this idea generation. This is the part where you decide, I'm going to write about this, I'm going to write about this in NaNoWriMo. So if you don't have an idea to start with, you don't have an idea what to write about, let me tell you, there are ideas literally everywhere around you. You just need to sniff it out. So there's a saying that you can't get water out of the tap unless you turn it on, and there are several meanings to this, but I guess in such scenario it means that the water inside of you is the idea, and turning it on is like writing, right? I don't know. Okay, I know I'm not telling you much right now, like you're confused, like what's she talking about? Oh, but I'm telling you right now to open your eyes to love stuff. So if you are Nigerian or not, you would know Chimamanda, right? In one of Chimamanda's interviews, she said that she would call herself a chronic eavesdropper. She likes to eavesdrop on people's conversations. So I'm not telling you to do that, but I'm just saying that you could get story ideas from real life scenarios. You don't need to sit down and think deep for any special thing. It's just all around you, right? In other words, I'm telling you to have an open mind and view everything around you with a sharpened writer's instinct. And another way to get inspired for ideas is to read anything that you can read. Read different genres, read the genre you're writing about, read genres you're not writing about. Just read wild, okay? And another thing is that you should infuse elements your readers would love from the books you read. I'm not saying you should copy. I'm telling you to get inspired by elements in the books you read that your readers will love and use it in your story. That was a lot of readers, but move. As you can see here, idea generation. This is the workbook. Not workbook. There's a place for brain dumps and major ideas. So basically, you're allowed to have more than one idea, but I always say do not work on more than one project. So before NaNoWriMo, I would advise that you choose the particular idea you like to explore. So this year we're going digital, but by next year there will be a physical workbook. So this is how it is in the notebook, like this. Can you see it? The next step is character development or character building. To start with character building, the two most important steps in character building is establish character internal motivation and creating a character profile. So your character internal motivation is basically telling us what motivates your characters to do whatever they do. So to do this, you need to know their fundamental goals first. That's the most important. And as you can see in the workbook, character building, there are spaces for what is your character's fundamental goal. Here you answer this question. So basically workbook contains questions to help you understand your characters more. The next step is to create a character profile. A character profile basically contains all the details of your character in one place. So here it shows you different elements that your character would have. This is outer layer, which is the basics, physical traits, speech, mannerism, and all that stuff. The flesh, backstory, family, social relationships. Can you see it? This is how it is in the workbook. So the workbook basically contains questions that will guide you to understand your characters better. So the next step in prepping for NaNoWriMo is to write your synopsis or your synopsis. The synopsis help you grab the attention of your readers. So I always advise you to write your synopsis down. So the next step is outlining and story structure. Now your outlining process depends on if you're a plotter or a pantser. Pantsers really don't do much of outlining, so if you are a plotter, there are several outlining processes you would love to, but I'm going to be talking about 3-act story structure, which is widely known. So basically 3-act structure contains 3 acts, which is setting up the confrontation and the resolution. So in the workbook there is a space for mind map, story structure, act 1, act 2 and act 3 to help you structure your story and outline. When outlining, I like to use the mind map strategy first of all. So this is where you basically just create a mind map and spit out all your ideas like a brain dump, right? And then you go on to structure it into major points, which will form the basis of your outline later on. And then you can go on to different processes. You may have a structure you already work with. I have a blog post on outlining if you need help with that. Next step is world building and research. When it comes to research and world building, make sure you build your world before you write. To be very efficient doing NaNoWriMo, you want to actually take out time, sit down and do your proper research and do your world building. When world building, please remove elements that are not important to your character's journey. Don't just infuse things because you did research and you like the sound of it. You need to balance out the things that are important and the things that you just like how it's the flow. The uniqueness of a world is focused on direct impact to your protagonist. So if it has no impact to your protagonist, I don't think you need to infuse it in your story. And don't get stuck in a research loophole. So you need to like time yourself when you're doing your research, so you don't just get lost in 20 tabs or all of that. In the workbook there is actually what I call the world building Bible. This is to organize important elements in this area. Then this second side, I call it the brain dump and search. So you just get an idea and you like it, just put it in this box. And then this one is when you organize those ideas into categories that will actually help your story. Yeah. So there are more pages in case you have a lot to infuse in your word building Bible. The next step is to plan your writing time. So this is your writing schedule and routines. Before NaNoWriMo, you need to set out a particular time that you're going to be writing and what particular day, and you just need to set out all this, and then you need to prioritize your writing. So in the workbook there is a part that says writing routines and schedule. This contains questions to help you figure out the best time that would work for you. So it has questions like when can you not afford to write, when can you probably write, and when can you definitely write. So aside that, it has a schedule reading out for you for all days of the week, and it has mornings, afternoons and evenings, so you're not left out in case you write at night or you write in the afternoon. Whatever time is here for you. And then we have a calendar to actually tick out points where you write, so like a writing streak. So yeah, there are write streaks here. November 2020, productivity tips on NaNoWriMo. So you want to actually put in things in place that will help you productive. The first one is clean your writing space. I don't know about you, but I feel like when the place is organized, I write better. There's better flow of ideas and everything is just going and you just enjoy your writing. Next one is to organize your notes, journals and documents. So if you have ideas scattered everywhere concerning your work in progress, I want you to organize it so everything is easily put together, and when it's time to write, you don't need to start checking I wrote it somewhere. Last one is to clear your to-do list. So you want to actually get out non-nano tasks out of your calendar. So things that have nothing to do with NaNoWriMo that's going to take a lot of your time, you want to actually take out time to do it during the Peptalk season. This will actually help you to be more efficient during NaNoWriMo. Next step is to not neglect self-care. I have 2 videos talking about self-care. You want to actually see, I'm going to put in the cards for you guys. So there are a lot of things that will help your self-care. I want to actually get out of the house, change scenery. Don't sit at a place forever. If you write at a desk, you want to actually move and go outside to write sometimes. You want to go out and take fresh air, take a walk, go for a drive. Don't be stuck at a place, because NaNoWriMo, if you're going to do NaNoWriMo and you do not have your self-care survivor kit, it's gonna deteriorate you. Don't neglect self-care. You're going to get burnt out really bad. Stock up on goodies. You're going to be sitting there for a long time. Stock up on healthy snacks, exercise. Just do all this to take care of your body. The rewards are really high. The next tip is to test run some things. So while you're setting all these tests for NaNoWriMo, if you have never done it before, it's going to be very hard to just form a habit of doing them immediately in the long run. So if on your schedule you want to write every single day between the hours of so time to so time. Now before I'm gonna try doing it for like a few days to see if you can actually do it, or if it's not something you can try. So if you're using a new software, maybe you're trying out Scrivener, you're trying out one writing tool or any tool, you need to actually test it out to see. If you want to be writing on paper, try to see if writing on paper is going to hurt your hands, or if it's something you can actually hold out. If you're going to be writing on your phone, you're going to test it out. If you're going to write on your laptop, whatever medium or tool you're using to write, you actually want to test it for NaNoWriMo. You need to change your writing patterns just to test run different patterns that would work for you doing NaNoWriMo. So you want to actually test run a lot of things before NaNoWriMo to just so you get fully prepared for NaNoWriMo. Now, some tough love along the way. Don't edit as you write. You know your inner critic. Just let the ideas flow. Remember, it's the first draft, not enough. This means you're writing your first draft, not enough. After NaNoWriMo, you still have a lot of editing process along the way. Don't be bothered about making it all perfect. It's just the first draft. Some writing tips to get down. Avoid info dumps. Use dialogue instead. If it doesn't advance your story, don't include it. Simple is always better. Avoid the use of dramatic words if simpler words will still convey the same meaning. Next step is to tackle writer's block. So this very important tip with tackle writer's block is to skip a scene when you lack words to write. You do not need to write in chronicle order. So you want to actually move on to the next scene that you have an idea about. Start working on it, and then even if you have ideas scattered everywhere, at the end of the day you can always organize it and put them together in one solid piece. And be kind to yourself when it comes to writer's block. I know how writer's blocks can be really draining. So don't be too hard on yourself if you're having writer's block. Just move on to the next thing. Now, tying loose ends. Don't obsess over the quality of your manuscript. You can just write now and revise later. Know that it may be simple errors are bound to happen. See it as an experiment. Just write, don't fret. But don't intentionally write just fluff to fill the words. That means don't be careless with your writing, even if the goal for NaNoWriMo is quantity. And lastly, the Nano experience is about the process, the discipline, and connecting with your writing ability to create a story. Another step is to create a reward system. So you are starting NaNoWriMo, you want to get motivated to push ahead. One, you could join a writing community on NaNoWriMo. There are writing groups on NaNoWriMo. You could also join Facebook groups or just groups on social media where daily wins are celebrated. Set a reward system for your book process, but don't set overly large reward systems. You can say, if I write this thing, I'm going to go out to the park, or I'm going to go shopping for this, I'm going to get this. If I finish a chapter, I watch one episode of a movie or a favorite movie on Netflix. That's actually a good reward. So you could just set different things. I really don't know what you like. It's your preference. So whatever you like in little bits. Don't go overboard with your reward systems, okay? This will motivate you to write better. A happy writer creates happy work. Don't forget, you can also just hype yourself. Get excited. You're writing a book. You're writing a book. So hype yourself. You can always be your hype man. If ain't nobody there to hype you, hype yourself. Another important step is to prepare your playlist. I say important because it's important. So like several writers, like myself, we write with music on, maybe in the background or on our headphones or whatever medium you use. So if you use music or music helps you write, you want to prepare a new playlist, because you can't just listen to one playlist throughout NaNoWriMo. 30 days, you are going to get bored. I don't know if that works for you, that's fine, but you want to actually create several playlists, or you create just one but with a lot of music, a lot of songs in it. Whatever type of music that makes your creative juices run wild, whatever works for you, just use it. Personally, I like chill music. I don't like too many words in the background. Like, just do whatever works for you. Create a playlist, a music playlist. Another important one is goal setting. You actually want to set your personal goals for NaNoWriMo. So the goal for NaNoWriMo is 50,000 words, but if you have a different goal for NaNoWriMo, that's cool. Personally, I have set my work in progress already, and my work in progress is currently 25,000 words plus in. So my goal wouldn't be to write 50,000 words, since I already have words in mind. So now is the time to set your personal goals for NaNoWriMo. So in the workbook, there is a place for goal setting. So if you can see, this is 5 minor goals, 5 major goals. So you want to actually get your major goals out of the way, and then there are other spaces in case you have so much more to write, and then there's notes for goal setting and all that. So in the workbook, there's a space for writing goals and your weekly progress. So you can see week 1. In week 1, they tell you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and just like you could like fill in the parts of what you've actually done in week 1, in week 2, in week 3, week 4, and all that. So basically I've given you all the steps you need to prep for NaNoWriMo, and then there are going to be more tips in the workbook. Link to download the prep workbook is going to be in my description box, so you just go there, click on it, and it will be directed to your email box immediately. So there are so much more pages which I didn't talk about, which you can talk about here. So you just need to like sign up for it, and then you get the book. So I hope all these steps really help your prepping spree, your prepping process, and I hope you get prepared for NaNoWriMo. And I'm sending you best of luck with NaNoWriMo. Let's do this. Personally, I'm going to put this out there, okay? My goal for NaNoWriMo is to finish my novel, my work in progress, which I started sometime this year, and I hope I finish it, okay? I hope you finish your novel too. I hope everyone finishes whatever they're working at. I hope you achieve your goals. I'm sending you good luck. I'm sending you love and light. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like and share this video, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Bye for now.